chance of recovery.
Organised chaos.
Correct.
I'm mum. I'm mummy.
But first tonight, how the Dirty Tricks Brigade's firing up just days out of the election. John Casey explores the claims of racism and the eligibility of a candidate who lives and works interstate.
I thought that it was a thinly veiled racist attack, and I thought it was offensive.
This is just a pretend offence to try and distract attention from the real issues at stake in this election.
This is one of the dirtiest election campaigns I've ever seen, and that's saying something.
In the end, it always seems to come down to this: dirty tricks.
I'm not going to be lectured to about campaign ethics.
This time it's poster and pamphlet propaganda designed to unnerve the undecided voter.
What I find incredible is they're trying to muddy the waters.
The latest smear comes from a desperate ALP in the form of a pamphlet challenging the trustworthiness of Liberal candidate Carolyn Habib. But the real message is contained in the war-ravaged wall and military stencil selected by the designers.
I think that it is designed to stir up emotions in the community and to engender fear in people, which is completely, unfounded.
Sort of anti-Middle Eastern sentiment?
Yeah.
The government, of course, deny this interpretation, but they would.
I understand all of the material in the pamphlet was accurate and there's been no complaint made concerning it. And it's the Liberal Party that has had a finding of inaccurate and misleading election material about the most serious matter one could imagine: child sexual abuse.
For me, it's always been about playing the ball, not the man or the woman.
Adelaide City Councillor Hassam Abiyad knows what it's like to seek public office while fending off such slurs.
I think the political machine, to some degree, has been using to any advantage any potential weakness in a campaign, whether it being racial, economic, historic. They're pulling any data to win.
If Jay Weatherill was to have a theme song for this election campaign, it would have to be the Eagles' Desperado.
The government seem unapologetic about their Stobie Pole strategy to unsettle the X-team. Of course, the current government have a history of getting grubby when the contest gets tight.
I think it's blatant demolition of democracy.
You're from Family First. Do you find that offensive?
I do.
The notorious phony Family First how-to-vote slips were the work of ALP's Dirty Tricks department.
Is it a moral tactic?
Look, I think when it comes to electing governments, the important thing is whether a government will do the right thing by the people of South Australia, and I think you'll find that the Rand government is a government like that.
Is that a yes or no?
Look, again, these are questions that are best answered by philosophers, not by party officials.
The architects of that scheme treading the dubious path between what's ethical and what they could get away with.
As the Act stands, there's nothing wrong with what we did.
It seems the only thing that's changed is that things have got worse in the last 4 years. We've now seen some new lows with this campaign, all sorts of innuendo, dirty tricks, misleading advertising. It really is stooping to new lows.
But it's not just the party machine that we should question, it's anyone seeking endorsement for public office.
The Multicultural Party. Trish Nguyen.
He's not next door, the one after.
Right at the end. Yeah. Is that where it is? Thank you.
Take Trish Nguyen, for instance, who's running for the Multicultural Party in the upper house.
Oh, it's next door.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been scared off by an anonymous letter we've received which casts doubt over Miss Nguyen's residential status, claiming she doesn't even live in South Australia and that her principal residence is this one at Point Cook on the outskirts of Melbourne, which she shares with her husband, while their lending business, Paramount Lending, is in Melbourne's CBD.
Lam! Next door's a toilet.
I'm hoping that everyone living in my electorate can see through the dirty tricks